it starts very ethereal, otherworldly, magical, but still very mysterious and intriguing. It has this warm and lush and big sound with open, airy ambience. Now the main theme from the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy comes in here with its emotional, sweet sound. Starts to get a more minimal switching instrumentation for the melody, just backing with the strings here. So we have reduced the energy, getting more of a sparse, minimal arrangement here. Bit of a bittersweet emotion, a bit lonely. But beautiful and emotional. Still keeping in the low mid energy level, letting the strings carry the melody here. Some horns backing in the background. Again, back to the woodwinds. Clarinet here really gives that lonely, bittersweet quality. Back to the magic. The choir. Back to the mysterious part here of the otherworldly, magical, elven sound. And then switching back to the main theme once more. Just like you feel there is always hope. Even if things seem dark and dire. And the cadence there. Okay, so that's the arrangement. Let's move on to what instruments can you hear? The instrumentation and orchestration. So in the start of the piece, it's directly jump into the warm backing harmony strings with this angelic choir. Harp glissandos. Long sustained choir harmonies. Okay. Listen to the backing. There's an oboe there, backing melody. While the focus is still on the angelic choirs. Then of course the strings take over for the leading melody here. And then it carries solo with the clarinet, which gives this bittersweet, emotional, lonely character. Really feel that this is the burden Frodo has taken upon himself. Let's skip a bit forward a bit. Back to the lush strings. Here the flute starts to come in. I heard in the back. Still clarinet, main melody. Clarinet would be the main leading melody carrying the Frodo theme here. Oh, and here the flute takes over the lead. The choirs carrying the magical, otherworldly ambience. You hear its high shimmering string harmonics as well. And then back to the full string section. Final piece. Mainly strings here. A bit of a few low brass harmonies for depth there, and there's no percussion or no rhythmic drive at all in this piece, because it's focused on that ethereal, magical, divine, otherworldly, sweeping, flowing, like the infinity of the elves and the magical world. And overall, it's mainly the strings, lush, warm strings, with the woodwinds carrying the leading melodies, and the choir for that magical feel, with a few added harp glissandos here and there. That's the main instrumentation, I would say. So let's jump to the final section, which is the musical details now. So there's actually two things going on here for the main harmonies and chords, because in the beginning we start with this ethereal, otherworldly sound, starting with A, but going to A augmented, this. So this raised fifth here, and playing that as basically an arpeggio for the line here. Is one of the most magical sounding chords. Added raised fifth here, or augmented chord, which is a major chord, but with that bit of tension, adding one of the most mysterious sounding chord, which still is major in my opinion. But and then it goes down to F and repeats the augmented fifth here. So it's A augmented, F augmented. So take a listen to the beginning again here. And the string is going with that legato line, basically a flowy legato arpeggio, like they are transitioning into each other. See if I add the strings here. And then F. Listen. And then twice with the harp glissandos there. And then when the main theme comes in, this is very interesting. It comes in actually at so, C, two bars, then F, then G, C, G, and C. So it's one of the most familiar chord progressions ever. 1, 4, 5 in C major. And I believe the choice for this was to take the magical haunting sound of the elves and then go back to the familiar, comforting part of the Shire. That's what I believe he thought when he made that progression. So it's in C and C, F, G here, and for the rhythm, well, there's no practical rhythm, it's no percussion or rhythmic drive, but we have a tempo, of course, so it's very slow. It's actually in 65 BPM and also in 4/4. So 4/4 in C major makes it for this comforting, but still emotional. Let's do the piano only. It's so bittersweet. It has the hope and memory of the Shire, the simple, peaceful life of the Shire. C major, 4/4, but still with this very emotional, lyrical, bittersweet melody. So those are the musical details, and the arrangement, emotion, the instrumentation, and the musical details. That is my overall analysis of the many meetings theme from The Lord of the Rings. Did you pick up any more details when you made notes when listening and analyzing this piece?